We found an amazing French wonderkid in FM24 that has great starting attributes, huge potential, and nobody is really talking about him, despite the fact that in-game, he's pretty much the next Zinedine Zidane. That's a bold claim, I know, but this player has amazing first touch, dribbling ability, can create a chance, can score a goal, all from attacking midfield, and he looks like an absolute gem, and you'll see in the simulation, if you give him the right opportunities and the right kind of training, which will show you how to do, you can turn him into one of the world's best midfielders pretty comfortably. It doesn't even take too much, yet nobody is talking about this guy. Before we show him to you lot though, don't forget, if you do enjoy the video, to smash the like button for us, subscribe if you haven't already as well. But with that being said, let's go find this player. And we will be heading to the French divisions to find him, checking out AS Monaco's Wonderkid factory, and if we have a look in their squad, go by all players, you should be able to find a 17-year-old who you can see here by the name, if I'm pronouncing this right, of Simon Boubare. I'm not necessarily sure how to correctly pronounce it, but either way, this 17-year-old is valued at £8 million or so, might be less in your save, and he is a great pickup for the price. Not only has he got great potential, 140 to 170 is the potential range, so depending on where the dice falls when you load up your save, you could have a player that's promising that could maybe play for a top 6 side in the Premier League, or if you get him on the highest end of that potential, you could have a world-class midfielder. And I don't think it takes too much to get him there either, because despite the fact that there are some clear weaknesses in his game, he's got a lot going for him, particularly technically, where he's got great dribbling, finishing, first touch, long shots, and he can pass pretty well too with good technique and vision. There's a few issues in his mental game, but they'll get ironed out over time. And for his physicals, clearly his speed is his strong suit, but there's not necessarily any major faults in his game. Over time as well, between the ages of 16 and 18, Wonderkids will develop these physicals a lot, so don't worry about this too much, because you will see in just a few years, he is a totally different player. Now, he's natural in central midfield or that number 10 spot. I think there's two different ways you could use him. Firstly, Mezzala on the attack in central midfield. If you're going to play him in the centre, you want to make sure he is in an attacking role that's going to go out there and not just create chances, but score as well with the finishing ability and the long shots that he has. Or you could play him attacking midfield, maybe even shallow striker. He would do a good job of. But I'll show you which role I chose for him in a second, but first let's move him over to our Real Madrid team and show you how we're going to set him up for success. And here at Real Madrid, I have decided to play him as a Mezzala on the attack duty in central midfield. I'm sure attacking midfield would work for him as well, but I just wanted to have him in the centre of the park, controlling the game, and I think he could definitely do that with some development. In terms of his training, make sure you're focusing him in on whatever role that he is going to play for your team, in our case Mezzala, and we didn't use an additional focus, as we never do, but for you guys, I think there's a clear thing that I want to improve in his game here. I would try and iron out the weakness, focus on final third to get that composure and the decision making up. He's a good passer, he's a good goal scorer, he's a good dribbler. He just needs to know when to take which action, when to shoot, when to pass, when to dribble past a man. So improving his decision making and his composure is really going to help him. If you are playing him in the centre of the park like me, maybe you want to work on his stamina, his natural fitness, or maybe even his strength, but that's what I would suggest going for. Final third, I think, would get the best out of him. We're also making sure he's being mentored in the training section. Go to mentoring and make sure he has got some good personalities rubbing off on him. He's already got a balanced personality here, 13 determination, so it's not like he's in a bad place. And we've got the likes of Toni Kroos, Luka Modric, Dani Carvajal, all trying to influence him and improve his personality to become a very good player. Now, it says he has a 4-star potential rating. That will change over time. You will see in the simulation he goes on to do very, very well, but I won't keep you waiting any longer. Let's simulate a few years ahead to see how he might look if you got him on the worst end of that potential range. If you got him 140 potential, 145 potential, what kind of player would you be getting? Well, the answer is a pretty good one, because age 19, after 2 years of growth here at Real Madrid, he's now valued at nearly 50 million. He has got insane attributes all around, so let's break them down. Firstly, you'll see his technicals have improved, but the ones that are really shining are his finishing, his first touch, his passing and vision and technique have also gone up massively as well. His mental attributes are starting to round themselves out a bit, and you will see physically, he is nearly a totally different player now. The natural fitness, the strength, the stamina is all up. He's got great pace, acceleration, agility too, and and since being here at Real Madrid, he has settled in very nicely into their first team. Not only has he been developing, but he's been getting some good performances on the pitch too. Not necessarily anything amazing yet, but 5 goals and 9 assists one season, 7 goals, 9 assists the next. He's not quite there just yet in terms of Real Madrid quality, but most of you probably won't be signing him for a Real Madrid level of side. But don't worry, because as we go further into this simulation, as we see him at the peak of that potential, he is by far and away definitely a Real Madrid player. But you can already see with the technical ability he's got that he definitely has the potential to go right to the very top. Even here on the lowest end of his potential range, he already looks like a very good player because of the starting attributes he has. But when he is at his prime, he is insane. So let's forward ahead and show you him there. Before we see him at full growth though, just to let you guys know, I do have my own channel which you can find linked in the description if you want to check it out. Over there, I do Football Manager rebuilds as well as YouTube shorts about Wonderkids you might not have heard of. So if you like Wonderkid to Superstar, I'm sure you'll like those as well. It's actually where I first discovered this player about a week ago when I was picking some players for the shorts. So if you want to find more gems like this, head on over to the channel after this video is done, of course. But let's see how good he looks. Age 27, he is now a France international and looks like an insane player. I mean, he's already got a very good opinion here apparently at Real Madrid. He's been here for a number of years now, 10 years almost. He's quick, he's a player that any midfielder is going to struggle against. If you look at him on this Mazzara on the attack duty as well, he's got everything he needs to be good in that position. Mentally, he has got to a great place now with 16 decision making, 18 vision, 17 composure, 16 for anticipation and composure. But his clear strong suit here with those technicals, the big three, dribbling, finishing, first touch, he has got at the highest level. Great long shots, passing, technique. I mean, this guy actually could probably be a very good striker as well and would do a very good job of it. He's now valued at 100 million quid. We've been using him in the centre of midfield, but you can have him on the wing, you can have him up front, and I'm sure he would do a very good job for you. He's got no player traits here, which is surprising. Usually you'll find over time that these players do pick up some traits. Bubare, though, has not had that happen to him, but in game, he has definitely stepped it up. After you last saw him, he then suddenly got 21 assists, 9 goals, 17 assists, 8 goals, and just continued those great seasons. 1 year getting 36 goal contributions in this season, his best average match rating yet, and he is clearly performing at a very good level. And I'm sure if you used him in a better tactic, in a better role, a better position, you'd get even better results than me. But I just use the basic gegenpress tactic, haven't done anything special with it other than set up this Mazzara role for Bubare to play. But now let's see him at the end of his career to see how he got on. And here he is, age 32, a player that managed to score 4 goals in his 15 appearances for France, is now wanted by Saudi Arabian clubs, is on a mega contract, still valued very highly even at the grand age of 32. And in game, he's just continued those great performances. Are these Ballon d'Or level performances? Probably not, but he's continued to be a very good player and would still have a few more years left in the tank here. I just decided to cut the simulation short, but you can definitely see what I mean with the Zidane comparisons. I'm not saying he is definitely Zidane, but you know, when you see he's got great finishing, dribbling, first touch, passing, he's really strong mentally as well, doesn't shirk a challenge, is strong, is quick on the ball. Honestly, you can't ask for too much more from a creative midfielder. He can really do everything in the team, and I think he's one that you all need to check out if you can. You'll likely have to pay about £5 million for him, but even if you get charged 10 million, he'd still be worth the money. A phenomenal talent. Make sure you let us know in the comments who you'd like to see in the next episode. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.